Love this question. Thank you, Emmett, for asking a question. By the way, Emmett, one of my favorite names. My first dog was named Emmett, and that's a compliment because I love dogs. Second one was Fergus. He just passed away in October. Tangent, ADHD. But this is a really good question. Thank you so much for asking it, because that's what I'm trying to do is figure out these dating apps, and I'll give whatever kind of my thoughts or my experiences. I love to use the word good in quotations because I don't know that any of these are good, but they are a method to try to meet somebody. And I'll keep stressing that, like, use it as a method and then get out on that date because that's where your magic is. That's where you guys know how to do this, especially you Gen X dudes who had to do this before the dating apps. Get on the date. That you have it. You can do it. Once you're on the date, like I said, your magic's going to come through. But we have to deal with these stupid dating apps to get there. I would say the one that I've had the most positive experiences with is Hinge. That's not to say it's great. I'm not endorsing or negating. But that's the one where I find the people that like say they want a long-term relationship and then I've gone on dates with them and like they really are intentionally dating for that. They just haven't been the right fits. So those are the ones that I have found I think the best matches on so far. In the three different people I've dated in the last 3 weeks, two were from Hinge. Match, you can go either way on this one. My other date was a Match person. Match is a mixed bag. It's sort of like some of the Tinder folks are on Match and some of the Hinge folks are on Match, okay? So there can be some great quality folks on Match, but I think that used to be the app long before like the Hinges and Bumbles and all that other stuff came in. Match was like the serious app. I think it's kind of turned a little bit more into Tinder. Again, I'm not endorsing or negating these products. They work really well for some people and not others. It just depends on what you're looking for. So Tinder, if you're looking for a low effort, like casual sex, if you can even get this guy out of his house and off the phone, good luck. It is probably the app with the grossest people. Let's put it this way. I think when I replied to Emmett in the comments, I tried to put it this way. It's the app where the men put the least amount of effort into the highest of expectations for sex. So you get what you get. And they're primarily looking for casual. Some of them might be looking for long term. I'm in there looking for long term, just in case there's someone in there. But it's really kind of the hookup app. Now, I'm not saying don't use it. It depends on what your goals are. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've kind of changed my strategy in the past few weeks, but like 2 months ago, my strategy was to have kind of one of each just like lined up. All right. So I had a casual situation ready to go while looking for the long-term situations. I had another situation on dial. I had some different components lined up, depending on what I got. My thought process is I want a long-term relationship, but like, why should I not have fun while I'm waiting? Isn't that what dudes do? But now I'm kind of like, forget those dudes. Once I met like a high quality dude a few weeks ago, even though that didn't work out, I put all the other stuff. I just told all those other guys, you know what? Not now. Let me focus on this because this is ultimately what I want. I don't want to get distracted in casual relationships. And honestly, like as advanced and progressed and adaptable as I am, and the fact, I've definitely done the thing where I've dated more than one person at a time. I intentionally don't want to do that right now. And I would encourage others to do the same. I think the apps are kind of really screwing with us because we can just swipe and swipe and swipe. Like, again, we're on a food menu and like we might make a decent connection on there, but we're still swiping because we keep thinking there's going to be something better than that. And there might not be. And that doesn't mean that you're settling. It might mean that that's the right person that you're talking to and the one that you might be hesitating on going on a date with because you're still trying to find somebody better or better or better. Like, go on the date and see what happens, right? And maybe it doesn't work out. You can get back on the app and by the time you get home. But like, if it's got promise, why not focus on that? And I'm not saying that you have to like call it a relationship or try to make it exclusive, like 2 or 3 dates in, but why not just focus on that one person for a little bit and see where it goes? Because if it ends up like being the right fit, do you really want to have had all these icky entanglements to explain and deal with? And it just creates a lot of anxiety. I don't know, just for me, I'm doing it different and I'm focusing on the one thing at a time. Now, granted, like I got home from my date the other night knowing it wasn't a thing and I was back on swiping. So however you do it, do it. But so Hinge is the one I've had the most success with. I'm hearing from folks that Facebook dating actually hasn't been too bad. I've heard some success stories out of that for people in our age group. So I've been there too. And I'm also like, not only am I in there trying to have my own experience, but I'm studying these apps too. I'm studying the behaviors. I'm working on a business and I'm working on like actively trying to help folks. And I actually have something coming up and a method and all these different things that I'm going to propose and work with people on these profiles for folks that are like legit interested in kind of changing things up. So I'm going to keep doing these videos, but like really inviting in your perspectives because it's helping to kind of inform the work that I'm putting forward and a product that I believe in. But like right now, I'm out there with you and I'm doing this with you and I'm sharing my experiences as I see them, my observations as I see them. But that's how those apps have been working for me for right now. So we'll see. Bumble, not my favorite. I don't like the idea of like I have to reach out to a guy because I don't know, I still get that thing in my head of like if a guy wants to do something, he will do it. So if I'm the one reaching out to him, I don't know if he wants me or not, right? Whereas like if he's making the effort on these other apps, then at least I know, okay, he's interested and that gives me something to go with. And you're going to get my feminine energy from that versus me initiating. You're going to get my male energy and nobody wants that. So at any rate, what other, do other folks have suggestions, recommendations, anything that's working for them, not working, horrible experiences you want to share? I'm open to all of it. But thank you, Emmett, for asking this question. Great question. And I encourage more and more of these. So good luck, everybody.